Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and I wanted to do a follow-up on my trip to Reno, Nevada and the National Automobile Museum, which was absolutely fantastic. Please visit my previous video to see my tour of the facility. It really was an absolute treat. But what was the icing on the cake for me was an unexpected view of something on my walk back to the hotel. This was about 2 blocks or so away from the museum, wasn't signed or anything, had no clue it was there. I walk around the corner and I see this.
What?
So in the elevator I went, oops, wrong floor. So in the window of this parking garage, I saw this very interesting Mercedes. Now this is definitely not a normal bodied Benz. So this is some sort of coach built that's sitting here actually kind of rotting in the sun of a parking garage in Reno, Nevada. It is on display and it is a part of the Auto Museum thing, but wow, it doesn't say anything about the body on this, but it looks totally different than anything I've ever seen before. 4-spoke steering wheel, lots of similarities to the Rometsch. What the hell? And they say it's a 1939, not with that front end. Wow. So what is this thing? A much later looking front end. Those headlights, they aren't right for 39. Looking at the sign here, it says Cabriolet B 1939, and in the description here it's just general stuff on the model. Now it's obviously in 1939, looking at the steering wheel and some of the details there, but everything else is so much more modern. I mean, this thing's really kind of tripping me out. And with the Rometsch in the garage and dealing with chasing Coachbuilt Mercedes, it's got my interest piqued big time. So doing a little research, a normal Cabriolet, you can see it here on the top left. You've got the Cabriolet A, you've got the luggage storage behind the Cabriolet A, and then in the bottom left there is a Cabriolet B. Now, this car is not that at all. And much like the Rometsch Mercedes that I'm working with, you can kind of see what maybe they started with, but who did the conversion and when? I mean, this is obviously not what it shows here in the photos at all. Now here's a better photo of a normal Cabriolet B from about 1939. Side-mounted spares, a different windshield altogether. Beautiful car, but that's not what we're dealing with here. And those taillights are tripping me out. They look like they're from a 36 Chrysler Airflow. And the headlights? Those are much later, like 50s era Mercedes headlights, like maybe from a 300 model or so. So what is this mystery machine? I mean, after working with the Rometsch-bodied Mercedes here at the lab for so long, I've hunted down an awful lot of information on coach-built cars, and Mercedes primarily. I mean, this might be something that was bodied by Spawn. Certainly wasn't by Rometsch, because there were no records of them doing one. But it definitely has that European flavor, and it has definitely been done post-war by looking at the information that I see there and the parts that were used. So on the sign here, it doesn't really show anything. It doesn't say anything other than it being a normal 230, which it's not. And I'm dying to know more. Now, I've contacted the museum. I sent them a message through social media and have not had a response. I have not yet called them to figure out if there's anybody there that knows what this car really is, but I plan to do that. Now, if you know what this is, or if you have any contacts there at the museum, please post in the comments here and let me know what you know about this car. There's no reference to it on their website other than it being in the collection, but again, No reference as to it being anything special at all, which it absolutely is. In any case, fun little mystery Mercedes found on the walk back to the hotel in Reno, Nevada. Thanks so much for watching, and I will definitely do a follow-up once we figure out what this car is, if we can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.